Getting it all straightened out there, Cody?
Getting her all straightened
Getting it out, Trent?
Nice.
You got a
Yep,
handle?
we're gonna handle it.
Hey guys, this is Richard back at you. I'm slowing down a little bit. Don't want to make Teresa trip walking backwards. We got Joseph's 2011 GMC in the house, 6-speed, 231,000 miles. Never been touched. Annie, come on, let's go. We got work to do. We got our instant clean machine going, guys. That's one of the best things that ever happened to us right there. Annie, you get in your bed. There you go. Look at that. I tell you, she's one of the smartest creatures that we've got. I tell you, she's just so awesome. Teresa, thank you for videoing, definitely. Like I said, we got Joseph's 2011 GMC in the house, 5.3 with a 6-speed. Converter shutter really bad, I believe. Fluid's as black can be. No codes, anything like that. So let's just get this thing apart and see what it looks like. I'm kind of curious because this fluid is really bad. Hopefully,
I'm not curious.
Hopefully some will pour out.
It's gonna be bad.
The converter fell out on it a little bit, but
yeah.
I mean, it's got a really bad smell to it. You can kind of see what it looks like down there in the drain.
Well, yay.
So,
I'm excited about this one then.
yeah, it's gonna smell really nice. I'm glad I still can't smell sometimes. It sure makes it nice.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. We get our lockup O-ring off here. Right there. Chunk that over there.
Another two-wheel drive.
Another two-wheel drive. There we go. Look at the metal that just fell out of it.
Not gonna enjoy this one.
That fell right out of the tail housing area.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all that metal, just right off the bat. So can't wait to see what the pan looks like.
I can.
Now, if you notice, guys, there's no seal right here. If you had a 4-wheel drive, you'd physically be putting a seal here. But since it's 2-wheel drive, they use this area right here to spray fluid back on the bushing for the tail housing. So there's no seal physically go there. If you put a seal in there, you're going to kill the bushing down in the back. So you don't want to do that. Actually, let me put one of them back in real quick. I got ahead of myself. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Smell that one, Trey? Woo! It got really ripe then, didn't it?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I can't smell it, but I can imagine what it smells like.
Don't imagine. Just get your smeller back.
Yeah. That's crazy. I would have thought I would have seen a lot more metal in this thing. Being it's had so much metal in the tail housing back there. Filter's definitely stopped up. Get that off there.
Oh, be careful. Don't splash me because we will have a fight. Ooh.
Yeah, that thing's got a really good smell now.
It's going to put me out.
You think? Get our detail spring off here. That 6080 we tore down in our previous video, it had some type of additive in it because when I took the seals out of the drums and stuff, get out of there. They just jumped off all the pistons. I mean, they didn't even want to stay in the groove. I mean, it just jumped right off there. Okay. There's not very many bolts that hold the valve body on. I'm telling you, just a few. 6 of them to be exact. See if it'll come right off. Actually, must have missed one. You see it, Teresa? I don't have my glasses on, so I could have missed one. But I didn't think I did. I thought I got them all.
You did, but
Where'd it go? Unless they changed it on me. I don't think so.
well,
But,
we just have to remove them all just to make sure.
yeah. Let me get our connector out of here real quick before I pull it off anyway, so.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, it was. Ha ha ha, got ahead of myself.
Yeah. Makes twice.
Makes twice.
Third one's a charm.
Yes, ma'am. I thought I had them all. Get that off there. Well, I'm excited to see not a lot of metal in here. Man, we got a good pump and stator this time. We do definitely know the bell housings you can still get, but the pump stator's on national back order, so you ain't getting them right now. Luckily, we bought the 20 that we bought. We're still using them up, so we got a pretty good inventory still.
Because even the dealer can't get them.
So, thank gosh for Raymond taking care of us over at TransStar. Let me tell you. Case the valve body seals. That's what this one here was too. So it's easy to get ahead of yourself on these things when I'm doing the videos. The park reverse neutral drive switch. Now, what we did is we got these two bolts here that pull the computer and the solenoid assembly up to the valve body sideways, and then you don't tighten them. Then you pull these down, and then you torque these first before you torque these. These are the last two you torque. That way you get it pulled up here really nice and snug. So pretty simple, right, Teresa?
Yeah. This is one of those hurry up and get it done things.
Yeah, it kind of is. We're kind of behind. But this thing looks really clean in here. Your overhaul kit will come with a new screen assembly here. You can replace. You can come in here and clean all this up. You can all your pillow switch seals and pillow switch covers here. You can replace all this stuff. Comes in your kit. So anytime you don't have to replace this, you don't have to take it to the dealer, or you don't have to flash the computer. So it does. So the truck and the computer knows each other. So. So we'll get in here and see if this thing ate any check balls. These things are really bad about eating check balls. Look how much faster that is over electric, that air is. I mean, it just zips them out like crazy, and you don't even have to put much trigger to it. So, does anybody ask why I went back to air? There you go. Get the job done faster.
Because he likes it.
I like it.
That one's not near as pretty as the other one was.
No. But like I said, we're going to be doing a lot of work in here. Changing some valves out in here. We got both of our shift kits back here from Transgo to put in here. Looks like we've got all of our check balls though, that I can tell. We should have one here, here. Should have one down in here. Should have one down in here. Should have one here, here, and here. So we've got all of our check balls. None of them disappeared, but the overhaul kit will come with new ones, and then they'll be the right size, because these things are bad about shrinking, so you don't want to put them back in there. Your overhaul kit will come with new ones. Pretty simple. Plus your shift kit, we're going to be doing some work in here too on this side of the valve body too. So Pretty simple.
Use your squeegee.
You want me to use pinky?
I don't care. Something so you don't splash.
It's not going to help getting some of this off here. It's going to smell the same.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Smells like sweet petunias. Doesn't it, Teresa?
No, it does not.
Doesn't?
No. Smells worse the more you take it apart. Woo!
Now you notice your front seal right here is physically held in with a snap ring. So when you put your new seal in there, you just need to put your snap ring back in. Try to stop our dripper over here. Let's see if we can do some air checking real quick. We'll kind of set this drum back down on here like that.
My arms are not long enough for you to do that, Richard.
I won't do very much.
Yeah.
But we just want to look and see what we got going on, if we got anything going on here. You can see this clutch down here on the bottom. And then we're going to push the one on the top. Now what we do is we stick a dial caliper we have over here on the table. Up here we take and mount it here, and then we slide our bell housing over here, and then we'll set the dial caliper kind of like this on here, and then we'll air check it and watch how much clearance we have here instead of trying to use a feeler gauge or something like that. We'll do it that way, a lot more accurate when you do that. So. Now a lot of times it seems like almost every time we've been going through these, when we put our new clutches and steels and stuff in, we've been having to do snap ring changes to get our clearances right. So you definitely want to keep your snap rings with your clutch packs, because they are different thicknesses. But like I said, even after we overhaul them, we're having to get in there and change snap rings to get them right. So. So far the clutches are looking pretty decent. Like I say, you always want to check for cracks here around this little cheap weld they got right through here. We see cracks there. Actually, I got a piston somewhere I laid back. Wonder what I did.
That one looks a lot better than that.
Oh, here it is.
Yesterday, the weld was
Yeah.
terrible looking.
A lot of times we get them in here and we don't see stuff in videos because it takes a little bit longer to go through here and check this stuff out. But let me find my crack. I know I got a crack in this piston right here. I just got to find it. Where did it go? It's really faint.
Like I'm fixing to do, it's faint from the smell.
Yeah, it's really hard to see. Where'd that go? There it is. Okay. You see this crack right here? All the way to here.
Yeah, I do.
Well, that's this piston down in this drum right here. You can see these notches on this piston right here. You pull this out and this piston's sitting down in there like that.
Oh, yeah.
So, but you can see how them crack.
Sure did.
These trannies are really bad about high line pressure problems. The pressure regulator valve wearing out in the bore and stuff on the stator. So let's look at this really quick and see what this looks like. What did I do that for? Like I said, these stators right here are our national back order right now. And we are so lucky that we bought 20 of these back in here a few months back. That way we can just keep zipping on these things, because they're definitely going to put a lot of shops to a halt on doing these 6L80s and 90s, because these are the main pieces. So, but you got your pressure regulator valve right here. Even though this looks really good through here, that don't mean your pressure regulator valve bore ain't wore out. Now we can do a Sonex test on this right here. We're going to have some videos coming up here. We're trying to do a video right now, get it together, so we can start doing some vacuum tests on these valves and stuff in these valve bodies and show you just how bad they can be. There's a little pin right here you can take and push this in, and that little pin will fall out. You can see it right there, and then you can just grab this and pull it out. Just like that. But a lot of times on my last video, I showed the valve, and this whole valve was wore out all through here on both sides. Basically, it just wore out all the way down through it. So if you know that's wore out, then you know the bore here is going to be wore out. So we're going to be boring this, since it looks so nice. We'll just bore this out here and put a new valve in here and be done with this piece. Put some new bushings and stuff in it and Scotch-Brite everything up. Make it look really nice. So now this piece here too, like I said, you can still buy these here, but they're getting expensive too. So, of course, this place has got a nice little rut in it, so it's not going to be any good.
That's not good.
No. So, you can see our new bell housing, our new pump stator right there. That we are so blessed to have all them in stock, so we can keep these jobs coming in and out of the door. So we always put a new one in here, your a slide spring and pin. Now this spring will pop off, and you just pop it on your new pin. It's not like the 4L60Es, the spring isn't attached. Well, this one here is attached. So pretty simple. But you can see here where it started really digging in right through here. I mean, it's a big old deep rut right here. Chatter marks here. I mean, you just see it. So unfortunately, another bell housing and stator bites the dust.
Can you believe on our last video somebody wanted to know if I was getting shorter?
Why?
Because I like to do different angles with the camera.
Oh, that's
so
funny.
They think I'm getting shorter.
That's funny. But anyway, you have a bearing down in here and a thrust washer that goes on your Planet. Just like that. Set that down in there. Bearing only goes one way. Tabs up. Like that. So, just want to check these really good for any type of wear. You know, you got some pretty good mileage out of this thing. So just want to look at them all really good. So, same way here with your sun gear. Look for any type of wear. This gear will go in either direction. It is not directional, so you can put it in any direction. And then we have our 4, 5, 6 clutch here. Actually still looks pretty healthy. So you don't see that too often. Like I said, we believe this one here has got converter failure. So it's got chattered really bad.
Goodness gracious.
It's a good one, huh?
No.
So you want to Scotch-Brite up any place your bushings are going to be running. Check all your bearings. Same way with this hub here. You know, you get a lot of times you'll get in these where the clutches will cut them in half right here. So you got to be careful and look at that.
The last one was like that.
We had to replace it. So you got to really look at all that stuff. A lot of places to look at in these units. I'd hate to try to get that out of there with anything else except the right tool, that's for sure. Same way here, we'll set this over here, we'll air check this, Put our dial caliper on here and check our clearances coming up and down instead of trying to use a feeler gauge. Just get a lot better accurate reading that way. Looks like our waves broke. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely have to get another wave and put in there. That was fixing a crater. Always keep your snap rings together. Just remember that. We have our bonded piston here for our 2/6 clutch. Then we have bushings here that have to be replaced. We have our low reverse clutch here. A lot of parts in these units, let me tell you. Same way here. Wave looks good. A lot thicker wave too compared to that other. The other one's a little flimsy thing. But that's the first one that's come in broke so far. It's not too bad. So it's not a big failure rate for sure. Then we have our lower sprag assembly here.
But why did it break?
Nowadays, who knows? High pressure possibly. There's just no telling. Fragile metal. And you can see we have a dual sprag assembly down in here. Spins to the left, locks to the right. Of course, we'll get our Planetary and output shaft out of here. We have a bearing here and a bearing here. Now when you take your Planetary out of here, you have a bearing that sits down here in a bushing we're going to be replacing. But this ring gear right here is flat on one side, got a chamfer on the other side. So you need to make sure you put that in right. That's in there like that, but it has to go on here first and then you set it down in there. So it's pretty simple. Always want to look at your planet, see if there's any wear here. Any of your rollers, because this thing's got pretty high mileage on it. Starting to see quite a bit of wear on this one. So definitely I see us putting a Planetary in this one here. Just too high mileage. So unfortunately, that's a very big expense when you have to put a new planet in one of these 6080s. So I mean, it's terrible. I mean, the prices are so high on all these parts now. It's really bad, huh, Teresa? I'm going to start repairing these now, especially now since everything's been going on in the world. But guys, we want to thank you definitely for watching all of our videos. We also want to thank, there's no name on this. Is there?
Let's see.
Is there? I didn't see one. But we got some more screwdrivers that come in, some orange ones. We definitely want to thank you guys for sending those to us. Yep. Hopefully we can keep up with these. Sometimes I like them. I mean, a lot of them come that we've been getting, it's got magnets in the ends of them. These are pretty cool, but they hang to everything. So if you're not careful, if you pick something up, you carry your screwdriver off and you lose your screwdriver. But these here, there's no magnet. So they're always going to lay here on the bench. So pretty cool. But you know, guys, we appreciate it. Definitely for sending these because we'll put them to good use. Huh, Teresa?
Yep.
Thank you for videoing, Teresa. We just love you to death. Annie, where are you going? She don't know neither. Well, guys, thanks for definitely watching. Don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell. And I guarantee you we got a ton more work to go. Y'all have a great day.